Welcome back to another episode of my Create Mod series Let's Play. In today's episode, we will be setting up temporary power via water wheels. We will be trying to sort all of those barrels back there into some storage drawers, as well as we will be starting to plan our base. Let's get right into it. So my plan with the water wheels here is just have them here temporary so that I can get going on automation and things like that. Eventually switching it over to steam power. And I'm going to get the lava from that. Well, the lava for that from an infinite lava source that I am going to make. I did happen to, while recording the montage that we saw in the last video, I did happen to spot more lava over here. Well, I mean, there is a whole lot that we can pull from here. But if we need more, there is more. Now, I don't remember which side it's on, which is the problem. But I do know that there is more lava, another lava lake like that. Which, yes, over here. It is a lot bigger. So if need be, we can pull from this lava pool too. And this, yeah, this is a lot bigger. Which is nice to know that we have options. But for now, this is going to do us just fine. And as mentioned before, in the intro, I'm going to use this and set up some temporary machines. Now, some of these temporary machines are going to include something like a precision mechanism maker. Granted, I have all of the materials needed for it. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know what the recipe is, which actually we can see right now. We need, what is it called? What is it called? Right there, rotational speed controller. We need a precision mechanism and a brass casing, which a precision mechanism is... Okay, that seems to be pretty easy. So what we're going to need first is we're actually going to need a mechanical press so we can press the gold into gold sheets. And then we'll just run it through 5 times. So we'll have to put that on a loop. But we'll run it through 5 times to get a precision mechanism. And these rotational speed controllers are going to be our best friends. I plan on having somewhere, I'm not exactly sure around how much I'm going to need, but if I actually see how to make a stressometer, which is, I don't see it. Where is it? No, it's not a creative motor. Mechanical crafter. There it is. Stressometer. Stressometer is made with a speedometer, which is just an andesite casing, and a compass, which is something that we can do immediately. So let me go over and make that, and we'll figure out how many stress units this is producing right now. I'm back with the stressometer. Now let's see how much. 21,000 stress units. Okay, we're gonna have to probably, to be on the safe side, double that. Well, a little bit more than double that to around 50,000. So let's go back up. Now, I just placed this waystone here just because going all the way over there is a little annoying. Something that I did do off camera to fix the slime spawning here is I just added a mega torch, 1 in each corner. So there's 4 mega torches total. If I remember correctly, they will do a 64 by 64 by 64 radius, and that's not in a circle, that's in a square. So these will do 64 blocks up, 64 blocks out, and 64 blocks this way towards me. So that's very nice. So we are covered. We are very covered. But if I ever do want mobs, I can just go to the top at night, get some, kill some, or I know that I can just make a mob spawner higher than 64 blocks, which is very nice. Something else that I need to address is at the end of the mining montage in the last video, the minecart contraption was invisible. Now, that's something that seems to be common across multiple creators, different people like that, who do large scale mining operations, I guess we'll call it. Once the minecart contraption is too big, it has a tough time rendering the blocks. So that's what ended up happening with mine. And as I showed you in the last video, it was quite large. There is 512 mechanical drills on that mining contraption. So it makes sense why mine was invisible. But it did make for a very cool shot at the end of the montage. Time to make this bigger. Looks like I am running out of room, actually. But that's okay. I will be back with you guys once I get the water in. The water is now installed. Let's see if I made enough of these water wheels, these large water wheels to be exact, to make it all the way to that wall. And by the looks of it, I did. But let's see if I really did. And we have, whoa, exactly enough. Okay. So now this looks a little weird. It's kind of funny weird, actually. But let's go see how much power we have now. We will make our way over here. All right, what are we working with? 37,000. Okay, that's not a lot in comparison to how much we can use. But, you know, I think that's just the right amount to get started. So what we are going to do is we do have a vertical gearbox. Okay, so we're going to take this. We're going to put that vertical gearbox there. We are going to make a little step up. And we are going to just put that through the floor. Actually, what we're going to do, we're going to get on here, and then we're going to build up. And we're just going to run this straight through the floor. Just like that. Boom, boom, boom. And then we take this, put that like that, turn that into a vertical gearbox. There we go. Now we have rotational power upstairs where we need it. And we have still 37,376 stress units, 0% capacity. Taken, I should say. But I think the overall plan for this whole big area is to make it kind of like a... I'm not going to say lost city because it's going to be... everything's going to be intact, but it's going to be like just a city that's in a hole in the ground. It's going to have a little bit of mystery, you know? Meaning, like, why is it in the ground? Why is it so deep? How to get there? And I don't know if we're going to be able to answer those questions. I don't know if we will ever find out. But in the event that we do, I guarantee it'll be a good story. We're going to start by making precision mechanisms, or at least one of them, to get a rotational speed controller. This thing right here. Which just changes how fast your rotational speed is without having to use a gear up ratio of large cog, small cog, shaft, large cog, small cog, shaft, large cog, small cog, shaft, etc. It's very helpful. And with this, you can also change the rotation of which way it's going if need be. So, to get this going, I think what I'm actually going to do is just find my deployer, find a depot, find a mechanical press, and I'm just going to do this manually because I believe that will be the fastest way to do it right now. I will be back with you once I have everything I need. Now that this is set up, we can run over and grab some gold. We need some cogs, some large cogs, and we need some iron nuggets. So we need gold. Since there is a chance of it breaking and not working, I'll grab 5 to make 5 precision mechanisms. I'll just grab a stack of andesite. I need the wood I have, or do I need sticks? I might need sticks. Oh no, I don't. So we will make, we need 25. Click, 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 click. And I made 1 extra. But, okay, so we do need that. 25. Okay, so there's 25 of those. Do we don't have enough shafts. Okay, we don't have enough shaft. So we'll make that many more. 22, 23, 24, 25. We have that. We need iron, which I'm actually just going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 25. I am silly. Okay, 25. Let's run back over here. Let's get a flattening. And this is going to take a while, so I'll be back. Now that our iron sheets are done being flattened, I can put them here, and I need to put them in a certain sequence. So I will give this to that, and again, this is going to take a while, so I'll be back once we have our first precision mechanism. Ah, this is so slow! Oh, God. While I'm waiting here for this to be done, I might as well kind of explain a little bit more of what my plans are with this world. My plans with this world are, first, to automate as much of like making things as I can. So automating the production of cobblestone, andesite, sand, glass, charcoal, wood, iron, gold. You think about it and wonder if we can make it. We probably can. So that's very nice. And there's my first precision mechanism. Sick. Things like that. And I do plan on sprawling out of this hole as well. And I think we are going to have trains in here at some point. And I think a good way to get up to the surface with the trains is to just make a train station somewhere in the wall and then have it slowly climb all the way up until we get to the roof and then have it go wherever it needs to go. Whether it be, I don't know, 5 blocks or 5,000 blocks away from here. I just think that'd be really cool. I think it'd add something very fun to this hole because right now, like I said, it's just a hole. But also, if it's gonna be a big city, we're gonna have buildings in the wall, buildings in the center, maybe some parks, ponds, whatever. Really, whatever I think is gonna look good. Whatever you guys think is gonna look good. And if you have any Um, thoughts on what should be in here? By all means, leave them down in the comments because I am more than willing to take your suggestions. And maybe you'll just be featured in a build. And by featured, I mean I'll make something that you say I should make and then put your name, whoever commented, on the building. But with that also being said, let's get going on making a rotational speed controller, which I think was just... No, it was not. What was it? It was a brass casing. Okay. So, I'm going to put those back. Where's my brass? There it is. Grab a brass, grab one of these, and I am... Ready? Boom. Brass casing. The brass age. The brass age. So I got an achievement for assembling a precision mechanism and an achievement for applying brass ingots to stripped wood, creating a casing for more sophisticated machines. That is a very good thing. Let's make it. We will also need one more large cog. But where's our wood? Where's our wood? Do we have wood on us? Okay. So let's make another small cog, and then let's make another large cog, because they only work if you use a large cog on the rotational speed controller. So let's run back over here, and let's get the... Actually, let's plug it in underneath at the source. So we're going to go power, and... Can we... Oh, I didn't think this one through. We'll do that, and then we'll do that. Is there anything over here? On that side, there is not. Okay. Get rid of that. We need... We don't have... Can we just use encased chain drive? And then... No, we can't do that. How are we gonna do this? I really should have thought this far through. I'll come back to you guys. All right, it's not pretty, but I just took my encased chain drive, fell off. I took my encased chain drive, ran it that way, ran one up, and then ran one over. So if I connect this back here, and then I take this, which actually I don't even need that. So do that. Yes, that is spinning. And if I take this and I put that to 256, I got an achievement. Stop doing that. And it doesn't tell me. Okay. So we're going to go back up to home. We're going to run back over here where the power is. Well, where the power is coming up through the ground. Then we're going to really see how fast this goes now. So get rid of that. Put a brass sheet down. When we only want one. And boom. That's so fast. This is incredibly fun. This is actually really enjoyable. I don't know if you guys know. Look at that. Look at how fast that made. Another precision mechanism. So, boom, 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 boom. You guys get the idea. This is very good for us. And I'm actually really excited. Awesome. None of our precision mechanisms failed. So, with the precision mechanisms, we can make a lot of things. Remote lens, which I don't know if we will ever use. Brass track switch, which I don't know what does. But we can make more rotational speed controllers. We can make more, well, we can make mechanical arms, which very useful. Train controls, which we will need later on. And that seems to be about it for that. Let's see. We can mix that together. We can crush it down. We can make a wand of symmetry, which I don't think we're ever going to use. I don't understand how to use this. I've tried using this in creative for test builds and stuff. I'm not exactly sure how it works. And chemical sprayer, I'm not sure what that is either. We'll have to check that out later on. We can make extendo grip. Wow, greatly increases reach distance of the welder. Can be powered with air pressure from a back tank. Okay. When in offhand, increases reach distance of items used in the main hand. When wearing back tank, no durability will be used. Instead, air pressure is drained from the back tank. Okay. And then we got the potato cannon, which, again, I don't think we're ever going to use. And we have a brass drone. An unmanned aerial vehicle made of brass is your faithful companion. Add modules to access all of these abilities like fighting, transporting stuff, or mining. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Let's see. Recipe sequence. We can make conductor's hats, conductor's caps, which will be nice if we want to make... they're like little stone men that are train conductors, or you can use just animals. A whole bunch of different colors. And then that's it. But these precision mechanisms are very useful. Now that we have our rotational speed controller, as well as our 4 extra precision mechanisms, I think what we're going to do is start planning out where our base is going to go before we start to get the stuff over here organized. I just think that makes the most sense. I don't want to have to organize it over here to pick it all back up and move it over there. Now that I have my miner, my cart assembler, my rails, and my lever, we need to go into FreeCam and see where exactly do we want our base to be, because it's going to be pretty big, but I'm not exactly sure what side I want to put it on. It's to be on the safe side. It's, I think, better to be over here. So, with that being said as well, is that going to be in the way? I don't think that's going to be in the way. So if I press F3 and G to see my chunk borders, I want 1, 2, 3. Where do I have any blocks? I do. So I think this is... I think this is the middle here. So 1, 2, 3. Yes, this is the middle here. So what I want to do, 3 chunks wide. And it's going to make sense why, because the building I plan on making is based off of a real building. And it's pretty big too. So that is not in the way, which is nice. So I think I'm going to actually go over here and start by placing this down, placing this down, put that there. Whoa. Okay. I put it a little close, but that's okay. And put this here. Lock rotation. And now I'm not exactly sure how far I want to go. So maybe just be on the safe side. I'm going to go 24 blocks, which is a chunk and a half. So it'll be a chunk and a half deep by 3 chunks wide. And then it's going to be pretty tall. I'm not exactly sure how tall yet, but it's going to be pretty tall. What is my horse doing up there? Okay, we need to get him down. Come here, horsey. Come here. Come here. Don't fall. Don't fall. Okay, sick. We will bring my horsey over here and stay. Let me actually grab some obsidian. I only need Well, I'll grab 3 pieces. And now I need to dig. Sick. So I can run this through now. Check to make sure it is lock rotation. It is. Put that like that. And we give it a push. No. Pick that up, pick that up, pick that up. There we go. Now that's the size, width-wise, that my base is going to be, like my main house is going to be. We got it all dug out. There was some diamonds here that I got. Right there. 2 ore gave me 4 more diamond. And I'm not exactly sure how tall it is, like I said earlier. How tall it's going to be, like I said earlier. But it's going to be a big build. I think we're going to make our scaffolding out of dirt here just to kind of get a rough idea. After a bunch of redesigning and multiple times looking at multiple different reference pictures of the same building, I think this is the closest that we're going to get with the space that I'm giving myself to how it actually looks. If I was trying to make it how it looked exactly and to scale, this would be like, it would be a massive building. So I think this is actually perfect size, for the front at least. Where this is here will be the actual wall of the building. So I don't think the 24 blocks that we went back is gonna be big enough. I'm not exactly sure. We have 1, 2, 3. I don't even know. I can't count that. Let's just go over here and see. There is 1, 2, 3, 4. That being 5. So there's 19 blocks back there, which actually might be perfect because that'll give us 18 blocks. So we still will have a 2-block center, but that's okay. And then these will all be like covered in like this. And the actual building has a little archway here. So it'll be something like that going through it. Maybe only 1 block wide. 1 block here. How does that look? Does that look more accurate? Yeah, that looks more accurate. Now that we have a rough estimate of what we want to do with this, we need to figure out, how do we make white concrete, sand, and gravel? So this means that we're going to need to make a cobble generator that is going to crush cobblestone into gravel. From there, the gravel can be sent back through and crushed again into sand. So we'll need a funnel going onto another belt, half of the gravel going into a vault, the other half going into another crusher, and then into a vault. All right, let's see what we can do about getting this set up. So far, this is how it's coming along. I put a vault here, a belt here with a brass funnel pointed in. I used encased chain drives to run mechanical drills here. Put some lava up top, and then I waterlogged the mechanical drills so that the water is going to flow in here. Lava is going to flow down, and it's going to turn into cobblestone. The only problem is, if I go ahead and start this up, the water comes pouring out. So, something that we're going to want, regardless if the water came pouring out or not, are chutes. Chutes are going to collect all the items and then drop them right on the belt. They'll run down, get picked up by the vault, which it already is, and then that will keep the water in, and that will also keep the items from flying everywhere. So let me go get those, and I'll be right back. Now that I have my chutes, I can place one here, 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 and here. And that should solve our problem of the water coming flying out, which it does. Now, this isn't going to be exactly the fastest, and I probably should fill in the rest of the lava, which I'm actually going to go do now, because I have 2 buckets on me. So let's run down to power. Steal some lava sources right there and right there. Run back up here. Go to just some random name. Place that there. And let's see if this makes it any faster. I'm not exactly sure if it will make it any faster. Let's see. Will it make it any faster? I mean, it's coming in decently quick for only having 4 mechanical drills. But as I mentioned earlier, 37,000 SU is not a whole lot because we're already using 7,000 of it, and this is all we have. So I may need to even add more water wheels before the end of the video today. But now what we're gonna need to do is we're going to take, actually we're gonna take this, extend this out 1, and then we're going to take a shaft running that way, and then just place another one there. And in case you guys didn't know, you can take a belt, mechanical belt, and just click on it, and it will extend it to however long you want it. Granted, it's within the max reach of a belt. And I believe, now don't quote me on this, but I believe the max range on a belt is 20 or 22 blocks, which is nice, actually. What we are going to do, though, is we're going to take a brass funnel, and we're going to, well, I thought that was going to shift click and have the arrow going in like that so nothing could come out. But we can't put the funnel on yet. But the whole point of this is we're going to take our gearboxes, and we are going to place one, say, well, let's do it right here. We need to turn those actually into vertical gearboxes. So let's turn 2 of them into vertical gearboxes. Put one there and one there. And now what that's going to allow us to do is to throw crushing wheels on. There's only one problem. We don't have any crushing wheels yet. So, what do we need to make crushing wheels? We need crushing wheels. We need mechanical crafters. Okay, well, upon further searching, we don't have any rose quartz, any polished rose quartz, or enough quartz in general. So that means we need to go to the nether. Okay, I've gone like not that many blocks. I don't even know, maybe 15. And I stumbled across some ancient debris. Hello. Was that all of it? I think it was, but man, that is a lucky find. All right, time to head back. I'm leaving with 158 nether quartz, which I am happy about because that means that we will have enough to make all of the mechanical crafters that we need. Ooh, I'm leaving with a little more. See what we get. How much do we get? We get one. One. I guess it's better than none. Wow. I can't believe I did that, what, 3 times? And there's my crushing wheels. So I'm gonna make a few sets of these, actually. Just to be prepared. And I think 8 of them will be more than enough, because we're gonna need crushing wheels for more than just this. So it's gonna be nice to have some pre-made. So 8 of them will be great. Now, is that going the right way? That is, thankfully. So now, if I take this, if I just take a little bit of cobblestone, just a stack, and we're just gonna throw everything except for this and this back in here, because I don't want it on my person. But if we take this and we throw this right there, it's going to get crushed up and it's going to spit out gravel. Awesome. And in case you guys were wondering, the achievement I got in the nether is encounter a crimson mosquito. That's that thing that stuck to my face. And then a pair of giants. Place in power a set of crushing wheels. Very nice. So we're going to need that. We're going to need to extend this belt, place a shaft right there to keep them going. And then I think what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to split this off into a tunnel, which the tunnel is going to sit right there. And then we're going to take a shaft here with another belt. Don't know why I said belt. Another shaft. Get that flipped the right way. And then my belt. And then we're going to make that longer. And we need my gearbox, which I need to turn into a vertical one. Put that there. I need to put another funnel there. Yeah, there we go. And then if you get on top, you can see split, forced split, round robin, forced round robin, preferred nearest, randomize, and synchronize inputs. I think we're just going to leave it on forced split so that hopefully if there's a clog here for some reason, then it'll still send the gravel down this way to get crushed into sand. Now, we can actually make this a little more compact. I don't think we need it quite this long. So we can make it... we want to see what we're working with. So I will make this a little longer. Throw that there. Put my... I need that. And then I also need my vaults. I'm just going to make this another 2x2. And put that there. So now, if I was to put that there, we can see some of it's going over there. And... okay. I don't know if that's exactly how I want it. How much do I have? I have 256, 280. Okay, so it's splitting it into 32s. I don't know if that's what I want. Right? Is it splitting it into 32? Let me see. Turn off the pickup thing. Yes, it is splitting it into 32. So I don't know if that's exactly what I want. But I guess I would prefer it to be into, I guess, 64. We'll leave it. We'll leave it where it is. But what I do need to first get that out of my hand, I need to go back home. And I need to make another set of gearboxes. Oh. Alright, I just realized a fatal flaw. I can't put that there. So we are going to just extend this out a couple more. Place our... we don't want that. We want the vertical gearboxes. Place these right here and right here. We want to place a shaft right there, which that one's not spinning. Why is that one not spinning? What if I did that? Okay. Now, where did my crushing wheels go? I must have only grabbed 2. No, where... I'm telling you guys, I'm blind today. There's that. There's that. And now this can just go right there, and with a 2x2 vault with a brass funnel on it. And now we can come back over here, put that there. Come up here. And we're just gonna force round robin it instead. And in case you guys didn't know, you can press shift on a belt and it'll keep you from moving. Even at full speed, which this is at full speed. But you really don't want to go into the crushing wheels because you will die. You will get crushed to death. I've done it before. It's not fun. It's actually really annoying. Look at that. 69% of our 37,000 SU. And we barely have anything. I mean, we're starting to get some stuff, but we barely have anything. And look at that. Here we go. Let's see if it's working. Let's see if that goes down there. Yes, it is. And we should have sand. Yes. Oh, I forgot about the clay. Oh, I forgot about the clay and the flint. So that is easy enough. We can just take this out until we get some of both of those. We could put a filter on for the clay and a filter on for the flint. And now that will only drop those. And honestly, I think I'm just gonna do that. And do I have any? I don't, but I have a bucket on me. I think I'm just gonna burn these. I really don't want them right now, and we can always change that later. I don't want you. I don't want you. All right. So now we will only have sand in there and only have gravel in there. And then we will only have cobblestone in here. Now I don't have threshold switches on any of this. So I'm going to have to sit here and watch this for a little bit. But I will let this go for a little bit. And when we come back, we will have a full bit of gravel and sand. And the next episode to start building this over here so it doesn't look so flippin' weird. But I also think that I should make these a little bigger if I can. I'm not sure. We'll see how many we have at the end. If you guys did enjoy, like, comment, subscribe, please. And if you have any suggestions, any questions, let me know. This is only going to be my 5th video ever, so I am learning. And if you want to learn with me, you want to grow with me, consider staying. Consider hitting that subscribe button. Consider leaving comments. Consider liking it. It really helps me out. Thanks, guys.